Hi everyone, Stepan here. I got a game. So I'm playing Shavar Pahlavi. Okay, let's hope my opponent makes a move. Please make a move. Please make a move. Make a move. Come on, I don't want to wait again. No. No. Yes. Okay, we're playing the Caro-Kann. Obviously. Let me turn up the volume so you can hear the moves. Let's see what my opponent does. His other time controls, he joined a month ago, has 337 games. Okay. The Advance Caro-Kann. Okay, let's play a good game. I won my last game. I won game, what was it, 18? So now, let's get onto a winning streak. Okay, my opponent's playing the short variation, main line. This is the most common way to play the advanced variation. Now, knight d2 is a non-committal move, and that's fine. Probably will play knight b3, and I'll go knight c8 with h6. I like this line. I'm gonna play a6 after a4, a5. If my opponent plays correctly. I'm slightly afraid of knight e1, f4 in these lines. But I'm gonna go h6 anyway. One way to play is knight e1, another way is a4. You can also play bishop e3, playing against c5. Okay. So, I'm gonna go bishop e7. After a5, I'm gonna go a6, and then on c4, dc4. I like this weird line with bishop e7, where I'm preparing for a kingside attack by white that hasn't happened yet. The idea is not to prevent a5 with a5, it's to prevent a6 when they play a5, you go a6. And then most people will play c4, thus giving away the b5 square. And one of the main ideas is to transfer this knight to c7 and then to d5. After dc4, the square becomes liberated. This is theory. We're both playing fairly quickly and also fairly theoretical moves. It's about the setup, it's not that much about the move order. We could have entered this several different ways. Now, whether my opponent plays c4 or not will determine what this position is going to look like. c4 is the main way to play because you want to free up your queen. And you want to, well, create some chances down the c-file eventually, but it allows dc. And even though it gives your knights access to e4, which is the main idea of c4, it gives my knight b5, c7, d5, and then I have two good knights. This is, I don't remember playing a theoretical middle game as serious as this one in a training game on the channel ever. This is, well, this used to be my main tournament prep for the short variation of the Caro-Kann. I don't remember having this position in a classical tournament game either. Most people just avoid the short and play the tile or the bayonet or the Vanderwheel or whatever else is more aggressive and more appealing to them. But I think I know the positions in this line fairly well, and the ideas. This I don't know. I don't even know what the point of rook a4 is. What does that do? This is a very strange move. I don't think I've ever seen rook a4. I honestly don't know what this does. So I think I'm just gonna castle. Maybe my opponent was expecting c5 and wants to transfer the rook somewhere to the king side, but where? I don't think I have to watch out for queen d2, bishop h6, because my bishop's covering everything, and my bishop and queen are covering h4. Wow, okay. Excellent. I don't know what to say. I couldn't understand rook a4. So I'll just continue with knight b5. If my opponent takes this, that's fine. I take with the c-pawn and have rook c8. What was rook a4? So this knight c8 idea in the short variation of the Advance Caro-Kann is my favorite idea. I usually combine it with ideas from other setups. Sometimes I'll play h6, g5, bishop g7. Sometimes, as I played it here, bishop e7. Rook e1 is also strange. He should have played knight e1 followed by f4. White's main pawn break is f5. So I don't find this challenging at all. I just have to find the correct plan now. The correct plan may be f6, so I feel like rook e8 is a good move, and eventually preparing f6. However, rook c8 also seems appealing, but it doesn't work if my opponent plays knight c5. Strange position. I don't really know what to do. Also, c4 becomes worse now because I have bishop b4 with tempo on the rook. How can I put pressure on the knight on b3? I don't see a way to do that. Okay, for now I'm going rook c8. That's the most non-committal move. I'm kind of expecting knight c5, but knight c5 doesn't seem good, so... I still don't understand rook a4. I don't understand rook e1 either. Knight e1 is what my opponent should have played. It's very hard to do anything for either side. Very strange position. But it's going to be useful for training. Non-committal, okay. Preventing bishop g4, okay. What do I do? c5 takes, c4 takes, bishop takes. c5 weakens b5, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't want to play bishop b4 because that chases my opponent's rook away to a better square, f1. So maybe start preparing f6. I would start preparing f6 with queen c7, rook e8. But queen c7 does not allow knight c7 if c4, dc4, bishop c4. Strange, strange. Okay, I'll go rook e8. Because if I'm preparing f6, I'm gonna have to take care of e6. And this is a good first step. I'm still not committing to anything. I feel like this is a waiting game. I would love my queen on a light square. For example, g6. So I'm trying to play bishop f8 and queen e7 and f6 and queen f7 and queen g6. We're both waiting. Okay, let's wait once more. Let's see what my opponent does. I want him to commit to something. Commit to something, either c4 or... Well, now knight f1 is out of the question. Sorry, mosquitoes, flies. I have reinforced f6 now. So f6 takes, knight takes, knight e5. I'm not sure I want to go f6 yet. Okay, the sacrifices definitely don't work. Because I have a bishop on f8. What do I do? So f6 or c5, that's the way to make progress. Non-committal moves, I have bishop e4. I have bishop g6. Bishop e4 I think fails because it helps my opponent prepare f4. I would love to put a knight on f5, but I don't see how. I'm expecting knight h2 and f4 from my opponent. That's what I'm expecting. What do I do? It's very hard to find a plan. Let's look at c5. So c5, bishop b5, a b5. I don't like that. I'm not playing c5. f6, ef6. I don't like that either. Maybe my opponent wants to go g4, g5. Okay, so I'm gonna go bishop g6, which is another waiting move. Doesn't do anything, but at least I'm not running into a tempo with g4. I don't think bishop b4 in any position makes sense because there's c3. So, very hard to do anything. I honestly don't know what to do. Maybe I can transfer my bishop to d8. Is that a good idea? How do I even do that? Bishop e7, knight f8, queen d7, bishop d8. I don't like that. The knight c5. I don't remember ever playing a game where neither my opponent nor I did anything for 5 moves. Maybe bishop g6 is useful because after f6 I also have the option to play bishop f7, supporting e6. So let's look at f6, ef6, queen f6. Sorry. A car parked downstairs. Okay, I have to focus. I don't have a plan. It's very hard to play without a plan. And I definitely don't have one. I don't like c5. I kind of like f6, but not really. And I haven't figured out how to prepare it perfectly. Also, if I play f6, c4 dc is brutal, because e6 becomes a weak backwards isolated pawn. So I'm not sure I should play f6 at all. But then again, what do I do? How do I make any sort of sensible progress? I could play bishop e7, knight f8, bishop h7, knight g6, knight h4, trading knights, but that's it. I'm just trading knights and helping play f4. c3 doesn't do anything. Do I wait again? What do I do? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Is there any point to playing bishop e4, queen h4? There's no point to b6. There's no point to c5. f6 seems risky. So what do I do? If I play queen c7 and then c5, if bishop b5, a b5, can I play c4? If my opponent takes knight e5? And then bishop f4, knight f3 check. And on knight e5, queen e5, there's bishop d4, there's bishop f4, there's bishop h6. No, 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 no. Also, queen c7 allows knight h4. Well, I have to do something. Right, I'm playing knight c7. I'm gonna transfer my knight to c7 and help support e6 and help prepare c5 without bishop b5 being an option. That's non-committal and brings my knight closer. It doesn't do much, but at least I'm preparing c5. It's not likely that my opponent's gonna go c4 unless I play c5. And if I play c5 and my opponent does go c4, then at least my knight's defending d5, so that on cd5 I have knight d5. You never want to be forced to take ed5 in the Caro-Kann, which is why c5 is usually played only if you have a knight supporting d5, which is usually done with a knight from e7. So c5. Let's have a look at that. c5, dc5. Is that just being down a pawn? I guess so. I have no idea what to do. I'm gonna have to break this position open at some point. But not yet. I don't think f6 is a good move. Neither is c5, because I don't have a way to get my pawn back. I'm aware that nothing's going on, but I don't think I can change the nature of the position without creating permanent weaknesses. We're both just doing nothing. This is so weird. Do I want to trade light squared bishops? Can I play bishop h5? I don't want to play bishop h5. Can I go bishop e4? My opponent's gonna have to play f4. That's clear. So what about bishop h5? Knight h2, bishop takes, queen takes. At least if I trade bishops, I can prepare c5. So that could be a good idea. I'm gonna trade off light squared bishops. So here, bishop takes, queen takes, bishop takes, bishop f8. Is that scary? Maybe it's time for f6. f6, ef6, bishop f6. Bishop h6, gh6, queen h6. Knight f8 maybe? f6, ef6, bishop f6, bishop h6, gh6, queen h6, knight f8, and everything's defended. I'm gonna have to play it. I don't see a way to not play it. If knight h4, then bishop h7. Okay, I'm playing f6. I have to do something. I cannot just go for a draw. Now I want to go e5. Now the plan is clear. I've risked a lot by playing f6, but the plan is finally taking shape. And it's good that I played f6 after bishop e2 because the rook has less influence down the e file. I'm also 2 minutes down on the clock. Come on. Can I not play e5? e5. D takes e5, knight takes e5. Knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, bishop takes e5, rook takes e5. Seems fine to me. e5, d, knighty, knighty. Seems okay. I'm playing e5. Now I think I'm making progress. I'm very happy to have achieved e5. And then if bishop discoveries on my rook will not work because I have rook e1 check. I'm not saying this is a great position for black, I'm saying I broke the center, I did something. I agree with knight c5. So if I go rook b8, has anything changed? Oh, I think I have to go rook b8. Yeah, I'm playing rook b8. I don't see a way to... Oh, maybe my opponent wants to go knight d3 next. We will see. But I have to defend the pawn. I always have knight f3 with check. It's getting very complicated. I hope you like my song. My position is loose, but if I haven't... I mean, I played f6 because there was nothing else to do. I wasn't at all sure whether opening stuff up was a good idea there. Also, the a pawn is not defended anymore. Okay. Now I sort of have access to the c4 square. But I see no good way to use that. I think I may consider knight d7 to get rid of my opponent's knight on c5. I think I have to get rid of that piece. But is there bishop d6? Maybe. Maybe. I'm still gonna do it. Any bishop discoveries? So bishop d3 takes, queen takes, rook takes. Ooh, scary. I still think this works. I have to get rid of this knight, it's too good. I may be able to throw in rook e1 if the bishop moves. I want to takes and go knight e6. If I can misplace the bishop somehow. Because once I take... Okay, now I don't have to defend the exchange anymore. So let's play rook c8 so that I can move my knight. I'm down to 2 minutes. I'm gonna stop talking and just think. Bishop g4. There's bishop g4. I have to unpin. I have to unpin. Yeah. I may have to get rid of that knight. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have to get rid of that knight. I have to get rid of that knight. I need to get my rook to e8 very quickly. I'm expecting bishop e6 check. I'm down to 1 minute. At least I will have some pressure on c3 if I manage to play knight e4. I have to save my bishop. I couldn't take on g4, I think. Sorry for not talking, I just can't. I'm down to 30 seconds and I'm struggling to see anything. If rook e7, then rook e8, queen g7, queen g7, rook e8 doesn't work, rook b7 loses the queen, takes, is a drawn endgame. My bishop's covering e8, so I have rook e8. On queen d6 I can trade queens. It seems okay. It seems okay, but I have so little time that I could easily blunder. Also queen f8, I was defending against, and I didn't even realize, rook g6, king g6, queen f5 checkmate. I just saw that. My god, did I get lucky. The same thing would work after c4 if I take. Then rook g6, king g6, queen e4 check. Ah, no, because I have king f7. But on c4 I cannot take on b4, I have to take on c4. Okay, my opponent wants to transfer the bishop to d4. I get it, I have to trade stuff. And I have to trade now, because I'm gonna lose on time. I didn't even see rook g6, king g6, queen f5 until a minute after I'd played queen f8, which may be the only move that defended against that. If rook e8, queen e8, queen e8, bishop e8, that's a simple draw, simple enough. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm just gonna take because I don't see anything better. Okay. Well, this is a draw. So let's put this pawn on h5 to make sure I don't have any weaknesses. Okay, I think I'm safe enough. I just have to defend my b pawn if my opponent manages to reach b6. I'll just offer a draw because there's no point. Yeah. Okay, I mean, this was a very weird game. Neither of us did anything for a long time. I don't know what else to say, but I will definitely play out some of these positions against Nocti because I was really struggling to find a plan. So let's see. Still theory. Yeah, rook a4 is just weird. I don't know rook a4. Slight advantage to white. The engine wants me to put the knight back on b5. Okay, when I played f6, That was a mistake. But what do I do? So the engine plays knight b5, rook cd1, queen c7. The engine does nothing. Look at this. Okay, bishop e4. I was afraid of knight h2. c5. Okay. Okay, after f6 I'm worse. Queen e7 is the best move? What? Wait, the best move was knight e5 and this is +2 for white? Can I not go knight e8? Okay, yeah, okay. So my opponent played knight c5. I was worse. Wow, knight e6 is another mistake. Yeah, at this point I felt that I was much worse. After e5 I didn't feel that I was much worse. Okay, queen f8 is probably the only move. I hope you can see the threat I was referring to. Rook takes g6. I didn't even see that until after I'd played. Queen f8. Yeah, now it's equal. Okay, so I think I'll play out the position before f6. So we will play this out because I really had no idea what to do. Okay, let's switch to Nocte. Okay, let's import the position. So team name, short, Caro-Kann, knight c8. Let's add an element, fen, and I'm going to name it no c4 position because I know this better after c4. So I want to play as black and I'll set it to rook 4. Save the theme, and now let's practice. Okay, so I played f6, which was obviously wrong. So instead, let's go knight b5, and let's try to make some progress. Now we saw that the engine on Lichess wants to just shuffle stuff around. So let's try to do something impactful. I'll go for bishop h5. Wait, okay, no? This was... Whoa, really? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because if I take, I'm getting destroyed, so I'll just move that back. Okay, flexible, queen c7. Nocte says this is a great move, but I don't really understand what it does. Sorry, just taking the ends off my table. Okay, let's go bishop e4. Wow, this is an excellent move, okay. But again, I don't see what it does. Should I trade? No, this has to be bad. I'll just take with the knight. What? Wait, let's go back. Why is this a blunder? Let's get a hint. Why wouldn't I take? Why would I take? No, I would definitely take with the knight. I don't understand why this is bad. We're gonna see if Nocte outplays me. And now I want to prevent knight d4, so I'll actually take on f3. Oh, could I have taken on e5? I doubt it. I don't think there's much going on here. What do I do? My opponent has b3, c4 evicting my knight. So I'm gonna try to create a square for my knight. Blunder? Oh, okay, okay. Let's go back. Yeah, I have to defend, so... How do I defend? Maybe bishop f8. And then on rook g4, king h8. Does that even work? f5? Can I go f5? f5 seems very dangerous, but I'm gonna try it anyway. No. No. Again, rook g4, h6 is hanging. So let's go back. What do I do? Bishop f8? No. What? Is there a move here? Let's get a hint. I can take? That's very scary. What happens on bishop h6? How am I supposed to defend this? Queen f6? I don't think I would have played this ever in a million years. Bishop g5 is the threat. How do I prevent bishop g5? I don't see a way to do it. Maybe I can go e5. No. No, yeah, nothing works. Yeah, sorry, I have to play g6 actually. I'm getting destroyed. I'm getting destroyed. Let's... What do I do? Let's start over. Let's start over. Where is it? Knight c8. Practice. We have to start again. So okay, knight b5. Queen c7. Can I somehow prepare c5? This idea with rook a4 is actually pretty dangerous. Do I play knight f8? Would I play knight f8 in an actual game? I think I would. No? Blunder. Come on. h4, h5? Yep. So let's go back, and then let's go back, and let's get a hint. Okay, so I take, queen takes. Can I play c5 now? Probably, because there's no bishop b5. Okay, so now this is starting to make sense, although I'm kind of scared for h6. This is looking good now. I don't think I'm getting mated. Rook g4, rook g4. Do I trade bishops? Yes, I don't want to hang anything on h6. Okay, this seems playable. I should have done this. Yeah, this seems good. Maybe I can even transfer my knight back to c6 to take on a5. Am I hanging anything? Rook g4 for queen h6. Rook g4 does seem scary. But I don't see a way to defend. Unless I move my king preemptively. Which I don't really like. So let's say I play knight... Oof, oof, oof. Okay, no, I didn't see that the queen was attacking my knight. Let's say I play rook e7, just a nothing move. Let's see how strong rook g4 is. Rook h4? Oh, because there's knight g5. Okay, so let's go back, let's get a hint. Okay. I kind of like queen c5, it's a cowardly move, but it prevents most of the threats. Okay, I think we got a pretty good idea about what I should have done. It's still not easy, it's not an easy position. Tough position. I'm gonna have to study positions without c4 in knight c8. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something from the game. If you would like to check out Nocti, there's a link in the description. I use it for positions I don't understand. Thanks. Bye.